Yeah, just kind of wanted to chat with you about everything at some point this season. I know obviously you're stepping into your first season at starting long snapper, but first kind of tell me a little bit about your journey coming into UCF. You enrolled, in 2017?
Yep.
I guess you were recruited as a preferred walk-on. Was Gage the snapper at the time, or
no?
Or Caleb was Gage.
Gage to the 2017.
Okay.
No, 2016 season.
Okay.
He graduated that winter.
Okay.
And then
so it was gonna be Caleb's job in 17, 18. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
So I came in behind Caleb, and we were competing at first, and then he won it out of camp. And so then he took it for the next 2 years, and then I've been doing my best at the backup role, giving him good balls every time. I think I've gotten pretty good as a snapper, so now it was my turn to step into the spotlight and shine out.
So were you a pretty good snapper coming out of high school? Did you have some opportunities, some different offers to walk on different places or scholarships? Or?
I was decent. I didn't really look at a lot of places. Like Troy really wanted me, but they don't have an engineering program, and I really needed an engineering program. That's what I'm majoring in.
Right.
So they were calling me off the chain, and I was like, listen, I can't come to Troy. I will not.
Right.
But there were a couple of places I was talking to, but UCF was just the best fit. I came on a visit and absolutely loved it, and just committed 2 days later.
And so can you kind of expand on what kind of stood out to you about UCF on your visit? I guess athletically, academically. Was it mechanical engineering? Is that what you're majoring in?
Yes, mechanical engineering. What really sold me was we went to the ASSA building, Academic Services for Student Athletes, and just seeing like they had a certified or specific study area. They had like a advisor. They had one for offense and one for defense. And I was like, this is amazing. I can have somebody like look over what I'm doing, and just like keep me on track if I ever have a problem. They had tutors for every subject for every player that needed it. Like just that's an amazing just setup. The 3 stories, huge building that's all like all dedicated to just student athletes academics.
How much of an advantage is that for student athletes? I think that's one thing that maybe regular fans don't appreciate or comprehend. I mean, your days are so structured with practice and getting ready for games and weights and all this stuff, and you have to focus on academics too. You gotta have hours for that. So to have that assistance, how beneficial is that?
It's super beneficial. Like my friends that are not athletes, they're struggling in classes that are, they're hard classes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not having as hard of a time because I know exactly when to do my work. And so it's like I have a physical class on top of my physical class. And so I go to class and I have to go into ASSA and do my work. And so, and then, you get a bad grade. One of the interns that we have will call you, like, hey, what happened on that test? Like, oh, I just didn't understand it. Every now and then you got to report your grades for them to report to the coaches so they're on top of it. Not me personally, but like other guys, they like actively monitor their grades. Like they pull up their web courses every day and see what does he have due, what did he do, and then when you have something like coming up, all right, you got to do that, and then you got to do this in your tutoring. You got to do this in your tutoring. It's a huge benefit for the players.
It's kind of like having a position coach for academics.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
To make an analogy, someone that's going to keep a little bit more on top of you. The professor doesn't have time to worry about the 100 kids or however many are in the class, but the position coach is going to be concerned about his guys, or his or her guys.
And we also have SOD, which is Student Athlete Welfare and Development, and they have all sorts of, not really courses, but programs they run that it's like, I don't know, welfare and development. So mock interviews, they do our community service, stuff like that. They're just teaching us how to be a better student. I think when I first showed up, you have to take like a 3-week, like every Wednesday thing, and it's all just like how to make it by in college as an athlete, and it's pretty helpful.
So how was it the last couple of years, just kind of getting ready for your moment? Caleb was an excellent snapper. I know you were improving yourself and all that. Was it, you understood what the situation was with him being ahead of you, or how did you kind of take the past couple of years?
Yeah, when I first showed up, my first camp, they made it clear that we were even, and whoever won would get the starting role. Well, he already knew the playbook and everything, so he naturally had a leg up. But we were competing from then on, and even when he got the starting role, I was still competing, trying to take the job. It's hard because he never messed up, and if he would have messed up, I think I could have stepped in, but he never messed up. He was really good. And so I've just been preparing to, every rep he does, everything he prepares for the game, I prepare for just as much. And so I haven't had any game time, but I've had, game-worthy practice for 2 years.
Right. So you technically redshirted last season, right? Is that
no?
Maybe the bio's wrong. The bio
redshirted Frost last year. Yes, 2017.
Okay, so 2017. I think the bio was incorrect then. So did you get any snapping action last season, like in a blowout or anything like that? Okay. So this was literally your first. This season was your first time getting out in the real field.
Yes. First live snap was against FAMU.
And everyone's new punter.
Yep, new punter.
Holder, right? With Alex's.
He was a backup holder last year.
Backup, okay.
So he's gotten a lot of reps with us in practice, but he's never been on the field either.
Right.
So yeah, the whole special teams was brand new. Everybody took their first rep on the first kick of FAMU.
I mean, I don't know if coaches would have liked to design it like that, but for the guys, you're kind of in this together. How would you kind of characterize your nerves, or was everyone just kind of like supporting each other? Or was it?
Yeah,
what was it?
We were all on the same level. So like Osteen, the very first punt he had, he shanked it out of bounds. And so we were like, all right, dude, you're fine. Like, I had a good snap, so you can obviously do it. Like, you just punt the next one, you're fine. And it's Barnes has been phenomenal. Yeah. He's hitting out of this world. So, and Alex Harris with the holds is locked down. He never misses them.
So I mean, you guys have to be feeling pretty good. I mean, that was a question mark coming in, but you guys are performing as a unit really well.
Yeah. We perform out here, just nobody sees it. So everybody had questions. You're like, it's not a question. We can play.
How many snapping repetitions do you do like on a typical day? I mean, that's what it is, right? To get better is like repetition, repetition, right?
Basically. Really what you need is intentional reps. So I'll probably get 35, 40 intentional reps a day, but just like ball machine reps, like when I'm just snapping it, muscle memory, it's a lot. I mean, Tuesdays snappers have a heavy load. Wednesdays we're not all that heavy. We warm up and we have a couple pump periods. Mondays probably 30 balls, if anything.
Yeah.
Thursdays 20. It's not heavy, but just Tuesdays are big intentional day.
So you don't have a tackle yet, do you? Like, is that something you're like every game you're like, this is the day, right?
Yeah. I run down, I'll be right there, and he waves me on. I'm like, no, come on, I wanted to hit this guy.
Yeah. So what's been? I mean, I know it's only been 6 games. What's kind of been your favorite game, favorite moment so far in your young career, I guess?
Favorite game?
Yeah.
South Florida, 2017.
Yeah.
When Mike Hughes took the kickoff back, and then I don't know if anybody remembers anymore. I had the huge fro on the sideline. I was going crazy, and the video went viral. So that was something. But that was my favorite game.
Yeah. So mechanical engineering, right?
Yes.
Beyond college and football and all that stuff, what kind of career would that take you into? What do you have aspirations to be?
Well, mechanical is pretty broad. Like it's.
Maybe you don't know yet.
Well, I mean, like Matt Wright was aerospace. He could only go into aerospace or like fluid movement or whatever. Mechanical, you can work on anything. Like right now, I don't know if you know, I'm with Lockheed Martin at an internship. Okay. So we have mechanical engineering team, and we're working on packaging engineering, systems engineering. Right now I'm with the actual mechanical engineers to work on the stress and strains of materials in the the structure.
Right.
So we're working on that, getting it to operate correctly. We have mechanical engineers that are working on strictly optics, that's all they're working on, and stuff like that. So yeah, it can go anywhere, and you don't specifically need another degree, but I want to get a master's degree in aerospace engineering. Okay. So I'd love to get on the fluid dynamics, plane flight type of.
Cool. Okay. So as a long snapper, I know UCF has had you look at NFL long snappers. So UCF has an alumni, Charlie Hewlett, that played here and has been with the Browns, I think.
Yep, 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be a career.
Yeah,
I mean, have you ever met him before?
Yeah,
have you ever come
I'm
around?
Good friends with him. I've snapped with him probably 4 or 5 times. Okay. He comes down. He lives in Tampa when they have off seasons. So I go over there, drive over there, snap with him for a couple hours, and drive back. So he's a really cool guy. He's a big dude. I got to put on some weight if I want to get there.
He's a big guy. Yeah, he looks like a lineman. Yeah.
He's 6'4", 245, 255.
Yeah. Yeah. So just kind of last thing, kind of looking at, you know, first half of the season over with. I know this is, you know, a couple losses in which you guys obviously wanted. How's the team kind of handling it, and where's that focus going to be kind of, you know, for the second half? You know, what do you want to try to accomplish?
We're still just as dialed in, if not more dialed in than ever. I mean, once Pitt was sloppy first half, we just didn't come out to play. And so once we realized like we need to attack every opponent, like then we just got a couple things going the wrong way in Cincy, lose by, you know. But I think we're back on track. Everybody's, you know, practicing hard. John Powell was about to die at practice today. He's running so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be fine.
All right. I appreciate it, Alex. Thanks so much.